would like to introduce you to the main theories, concepts and strategies of inclusiveness in urban design. Urban design defines the performance characteristics of a city. This becomes evident, for example, in the urban morphology of a city. The layout of plots, streetscapes, typology of houses, and transport infrastructure that define the potential for connectivity of a particular site. Also, proximity relations are inscribed in the design of a city. The joint location of different urban functions define the centrality of a place. They represent the opportunity to meet people and to foster relationships. The spatial proximity of uses can be measured and quantified, for instance, by the number of employment opportunities in reach of a particular location, or the access to local services or educational facilities. Cities also display socio-economic and cultural division through the materialization of economic, environmental, and social functions. This will become particularly evident when looking at the housing market, where prices are based on factors such as centrality and public infrastructure. The relationship between spatial quality and market-led prices results in a clustering of lower-income groups in locations of cheaper housing. These lower-priced locations often lack centrality and access to amenities or suffer from bad environmental qualities. Here, urban design can provide spatial solutions beyond the zoning provided by planning laws and building regulations. Spatially, many cities experience inequality between inner city districts, suburban settlements, and city fringes. However, one should not overgeneralize. Taking a global perspective, inequalities are mostly experienced in rapidly growing economies. As the United Nations Habitat Unit formulated in 2008, they result from an interlinked effect of vast urbanization, the liberalization of labor markets, and migration. However, in Europe and many westernized countries, most cities do not grow through expansion of their territory anymore, but through the transformation of the existing fabric. Here, urban designers often work in the context of urban transformation, which often results in spatial upgrading. The resulting higher prices and consequent displacement of low-income inhabitants is defined as gentrification. Whereas in the 1970s and 1980s, the city centers where the urban poor lived and poverty was an issue, the city centers are now attractive to the high-income populations, pushing the less affluent to the edges. This is oftentimes referred to as the suburbanization of the poor. In particular, the modernist housing estates from the post-World War II period along the historical city edges prove to be affected by these new segregation effects. Also, large-scale urban design interventions such as neighborhood renewal, state-led slum clearances, or large-scale real estate developments result frequently in gentrification processes. How far such gentrification processes reach in terms of scale and strategies is, however, to be discussed. Urban articulations of segregation also manifest in the terms we use for certain city districts, such as banlieue, township, ghetto, favela, or slum. Another form of differentiation and social division can be found in the demarcation through gated communities, where a more affluent population manifests their potential of social, economic, and spatial capacities. While it becomes evident that people's income shape their neighborhoods, their character is also influenced by by the public and collective provision of infrastructure, amenities, and distribution of public space. Here, urban design plays a significant role in the assuring the equal distribution of urban services and quality of interventions. As shown in this image, with the introduction of a new metro cable as public transport in the city of Medellin.